Greeting, Mr. President. The issue of terrorism, Middle East conflict, and Ayatollah's regime in Iran has been and will be a bipartisan problem. But it is a right time and a right place and a right year for President Trump to solve this problem forever. A very strong movement started at June 8, 2019 in Iran, when 14 political activists declared a manifestation for the change of constitution and resignation of the leader. After 7 months, the spokeswoman of the Foreign Office recognized this movement. My book, 2020, The Fall of Ayatollahs Constitution, is published to honor the manifestation of 14 people and change of constitution in Iran. I have sent a copy of this book to you, but you may only look at the last chapter or the last few lines of this book, which reads conclusion. Here, with your permission, I would like to read it from the book itself. In the conclusion of the book, it's written, many administrations have tried different solutions. One solution has not been tried yet. 1. Attack Islamic Constitution of Iran, demand change of constitution instead of change of behavior. Impose a smart sanction on Ayatollahs' families and cronies instead of people of Iran. In one sentence, I have concluded the book by writing, if these two become official policy of the US in 2020, the collapse of Ayatollahs will be imminent. Here I want to explain why these two simple solutions with no cost to taxpayers are the only prudent policy. From exact translation of the Constitution, sentences which should cause concern are copied and pasted here in the book. In page 105, of course, the Constitution has 9 pages of introduction. Like our Constitution, which says, we the people, they have these 9 pages. And in these 9 pages, there are these sentences, ideology army. And it says, the Constitution is written with the hope that this will be the century of the universal rule of the oppressed and the defeat of all the oppressors. And of course, you know, they mean United States by the oppressor. In Article 11, of course, it's a long, but the sentence concluded like this: it must continuously jihad to achieve the political, economical, and cultural unity of the Muslims of the world. In Article 14, it says, a fairness and Islamic justice and must respect their human rights. Of course, it's talking about the human right in the world. This principle is valid for those persons who have not compromised or acted against Islam and the Islamic Republic of Iran. In Article 57, it says, the forthcoming article of this law, these powers are independent from one another. Is talking about the 3 branches of power. And I should read the whole article here. The governing power in the Islamic Republic of Iran consists of the legislative and executive and judiciary powers. They operate under the supervision of the absolute authority of the command, velayat faqih, and religious leadership, imamat, for the community of the believers, and according to the forthcoming article of the law. That means all branches of the government are under the absolute supervision of the Ayatollah Khamenei. And of course, in Article 110, which is a long article, which I'm not going to read it here, it says what the Ayatollah has and its absolute power of doing anything he likes. In Article 60, it says executive power is exercised by the President of the Republic and the ministers, except in the affairs that are directly delegated to the leadership by this law. And when somebody in the old days, about 10 years ago, asked President Khatami, what is your authority? He said, I am acting here as a purchasing authority. That's all he is. That's how the president defines his duty in the Constitution of Iran. In Article 144, the Army of the Islamic Republic of Iran must be an Islamic army, i.e. committed to Islamic ideology and the people. That means the Iranian army is not belonging to Iranian people. It belongs to all Muslims of the world. Article 151, accordance to the Quranic verse, muster against them all the men and the cavalry at your command, so that you may strike terror into enemy of God and your enemy and others beside them who are unknown to you but known to God. Somebody should go and expand this article of the Constitution. And on Article 154 about Islamic Republic of Iran considers human happiness throughout the human society as its ideal, while it completely abstained from any kind of intervention in the internal affairs of the other nations. It supports the struggle of the oppressed for their right against the oppressors anywhere in the world. That means, of course, they do not interfere in the affair of the people in Syria, but if they are oppressed over there, they will support them. This is what I have written and concluded why you have this constitution in Iran, which makes the government to sign any kind of contract, but they primarily believe in this constitution. With these words in the constitution, even if the foreign minister signs any agreement for good behavior, how is it possible to honor that agreement? Therefore, they must change the constitution before changing behavior. Secondly, the sanction on the people is not going to affect them unless sanctions become smart and on Ayatollahs and their families and cronies. Thank you, Mr. President.